So you're sick of your old ways and you're just ready to become a better version of yourself and step into that true version of yourself that you envision. If that sounds like you, then in today's video, we are going to be talking about how to reinvent yourself and how to genuinely become that person that you envision becoming, how to genuinely become the very dream version of you that you imagine. And so if you're new to this channel, my name is Ladette. I am new to YouTube. So if you're new here, please definitely subscribe to my channel. I would appreciate all of the love and support with growing my channel and reaching more people. With that being said, we're gonna get into kind of some steps that I have for you guys to help you reinvent yourself, to help you recreate the person that you are. So step number one is to identify what values you have. So if you're wanting to reinvent yourself, if you're wanting to develop better habits or adapt a new skill or really just be, a high value person, you first have to think about what your actual values are that embody what it is that you're trying to become. So if you're someone who values, healthy eating, if you're someone who values mindful movements, if you're someone who values being a nice person, right? How treating others with compassion, right? Those are all values. So you want to think about what your actual values are and what matters to you. And that's a really quick little step there. It might take longer to actually thoughtfully think about this, but I think this is pretty self-explanatory. Like, what are your values and what's important to you? Step number two is to assess where you are. So if you're someone who values healthy eating, for example, assess where you are in a non-judgmental way. So without, being mean to yourself, beating yourself up over it, just identify, where are you? Are you, doing pretty good with healthy eating? Are you cooking more often at home than eating out? Or is it vice versa? Are you eating out more often than you're cooking at home? Like, where are you at right now? And just kind of assess what things do you do that you're really good at that kind of, complement that value that you identified in the first step, versus what things could you improve? Like, what are areas in your life where, okay, you could pour into a little bit, you could show that area a little bit more love so that you can truly reflect, the values that you envision when it comes to reinventing yourself. So very simply put, right, what are you doing that's already complementing that behavior? And what are you doing where you could show up for yourself even more? Okay. Step number three is to find like-minded people. So this kind of coincides with that last step, but finding areas that you struggle with is one thing, right? Like, at least you're creating that awareness and knowing, okay, this is where I struggle, but set yourself up and you don't have to do it alone. So, you know what I mean? Like, you can find those areas where you're struggling and sure, you can improve them on your own, but you don't have to. And when you're reinventing yourself, this is a perfect opportunity to tap in and rely on other people, ask people for resources, utilize your resources, right? Get help, and that is completely okay. You don't have to do things by yourself ever. Like, even if you're not reinventing yourself and you're just doing whatever it is, going to work, God knows what, like, it's okay to ask for help. You don't have to do things alone. So when you're reinventing yourself though, especially, find like-minded people. You can search for Facebook groups, you can find people, in your community. You can, even start like a YouTube channel, right? Like, people are going to find you, but you have to put in the work to kind of create that place where people can find you, or be real with yourself and create time out of your day to look for those groups, right? Like, I'll give you an example. So when I started my sober journey, I kind of struggled because I just didn't know where I would find, people my age. I'm 28. I didn't know where I was gonna find people my age or people who I could hang out with that were also sober. Guess what I did? I literally Googled sober groups on Facebook, and I found one that matches with my kind of goals that I was looking for, because I had tried AA meetings before, and that's a whole other video for another day, but it didn't resonate with me. Like, I wanted to find a group where it was diverse, where I wasn't the only African American, where I felt seen, where I felt heard. And I found that group on Facebook by literally searching 2 keywords: sober groups. So look for your groups, utilize your resources. Another thing that you can do to find like-minded people is look on social media, right? Beyond just looking for the Facebook groups, you can utilize Instagram, you can utilize, I don't know, I don't really go on Twitter anymore, but you can find like-minded people on social media. But what I do want to say about that though is that sometimes what we see online does more harm than good. So you may go online with the intention of finding like-minded people, and you might find the exact opposite of that. But I think that's where you use your discretion, right? Like, how do you feel? Pay attention to your body. Like, what's the vibe of, you know, the support group that you're in? What's the vibe of even the accounts and just regular people, normal people that you follow? Like, definitely go on. The other thing I wanted to say is go on a cleanse. Go on a social media cleanse. And what I mean by that is unfollow, remove, block, delete anyone or anything that doesn't contribute to or add value to you when it comes to reinventing yourself and in general. So if you're someone who, you know, part of you reinventing yourself is you really taking care of your body, taking care of your health, putting amazing, nutritious, good foods into your body, that's your goal, cool. But if you're following all of these accounts where people are going out, partying all the time, eating junk food, if you're following accounts where people just don't really care about themselves, where you can just tell, like you can tell when you're following an account that isn't really putting, it's not fueling your mind with goodness, with positivity. Yes, I just said goodness, but you guys get what I mean, right? Anything that you see online that is kind of disrupting the goals that you have, remove it. Honestly, remove it. And that might sound like a chore. I don't know how many people you follow. I don't know what y'all's social media looks like, but regularly go on like a detox and a cleanse. Like, it's okay to delete people. It's okay to unfollow people. If those people get their feelings hurt, it's not really, you know, your responsibility to kind of like put a bandage on that, right? As long as you're being polite in the way that you carry yourself, if you're just unfollowing people, there's nothing wrong with that, right? Like if you're, you know, carrying yourself a different way where, I don't know, like you're being rude to people or you're telling people like, well, I followed you because you're just straight up negative. Like there's a way to politely, you know, remove yourself out of the equation. So you all know better than I, like everyone's situation is different. Only you know how to assess your specific situation, but unfollow whoever you need to unfollow so that you are filled with positivity, you know, whenever you're looking at your social media and you're filled with things that coincide with, you know, how you want to reinvent yourself. So find those like-minded people, follow them online. If they are not like-minded, and not everyone necessarily has to be like-minded. I don't want to make it sound like you need to always be around people who are like you. I'm just saying, find people who are already good at the thing that you want to be good at, because that's going to motivate and inspire you. So for example, me, I wanted to be a part of sober groups because I wanted, you know, that accountability, and I wanted support from people who have been sober. So I found my sober groups. Do I only hang out with sober people? No, that would be boring. I don't want to just hang out with the same group of people the rest of my life. But I have a specific group of people for a specific thing that I have needed support with in my life, and they are there for me. So that's all that I'm saying. When you're reinventing yourself, long story short, find those like-minded people who are going to support you, motivate you, and inspire you. The other tip that I have is give yourself permission to try new things. This is the best part about reinventing yourself, is that you get to try new things. You get to figure out what it is that you like. What do you like doing on your free time? What hobbies do you have? What new things do you want to try? Really take that time to figure out, you know, who you are and what it is that you like to do. And this can be things you do with friends, this could be things you do with a partner, it could be things that you do by yourself. But find things that are just fun, new things that you haven't done. Maybe go biking, go rock climbing, zip lining, I don't know, go to like a pottery class, go to a painting class. Like, have so much fun. When you're reinventing yourself, you get to figure out who you are. You get to uncover, wow, what do I really like? Who am I? What hobbies do I actually find interesting? You know, what do I really like to do? So have fun, be creative, explore. Life is so short, right? Like, you don't have to do the same thing all the time. If you're someone who, I don't know, likes biking, right? And that's been your hobby the last like 10 years, that is so amazing. but also try other things. Like, you don't have to be tied down to the things that have identified you in the past. You don't have to be tied down to what was part of your identity before. You are allowed to change your identity. You are allowed to make, whatever change you want to make in your life to essentially be a happier, better, healthier version of yourself. So try new things. And if you don't know what you can do, you can always just Google like things to do nearby. Like, I always look at Eventbrite because it'll show popular things going on, in the weekend in my area, and so that gives me like fun, inspiring ideas. That's actually how I recently went to a breathwork class, and the only reason why I went to it is because I literally hopped on Eventbrite because I was trying to see what was going on around me, and I saw that there was a breathwork class going on, a breathwork and sound healing class, and I loved it. And now I'm definitely gonna go back. And I'm really new to breathwork. Breathwork is something that I started doing for the first time ever in this year, in 2023. And by me saying yes to a new experience, guess what? Now I'm like, oh my gosh, I freaking love breathwork. I love breathwork classes. I love breathwork at home. I just love breathwork. So try new things, because when you do that, you learn new things about yourself. And now breathwork is becoming a part of my identity, right? I'm a person who genuinely likes mindfulness. I like to give myself breaks throughout the day, and breathwork is now something I am implementing into my day that is a supplement to me being a happy, healthy person. It supplements my lifestyle, it supplements my well-being, it supplements my mental health. So be creative and have fun is all that I want to say. Try new things, okay? And then the last thing that I want to say, even though it is kind of loaded, is invest in your learning. Don't ever stop learning. Don't ever be comfortable with just being complacent in life. There's always something new that you can learn, whether it's hiring a coach, which you don't even have to do. You don't have to hire a coach, like one-on-one coaching. You don't even have to pay for a course, although I recommend, investing in yourself in that way. There's tons of free courses you can find online. You can even learn from people on YouTube. You can Google whatever it is that your heart wants to Google, read. Oh my gosh, so many free ebooks online. You can go to a library. Just find things that are of interest to you and learn about them and get better. Like, grow your skills, build your knowledge, just learn new things. Because when you're reinventing yourself, part of that is, and it kind of even ties into the whole trying new things, because the more new experiences you try, the more you're learning about yourself. So you're still learning, right? But the reason why you're learning new things about yourself is because you are trying, you are going out there and experiencing new things. It's literally the same thing with hiring a coach or finding a free online course or watching a YouTube tutorial. You're putting information into your mind and you're processing that information, and you're discovering new things, right? Maybe it's something that you like, maybe it's something that you don't like, maybe it's something that's going to help you with your morning routine, maybe it's a really quick, easy recipe you can do in the kitchen for days that you're busy and you don't have time to cook, right? There's so much information that you can be learning and consuming every day. And we all have time to be learning new information. If you have time to be watching this YouTube video, then you have time to be learning something new, whether, again, it's reading a book or finding an online course, whatever it is. It doesn't matter. It can be anything. Just pick something that is of interest to you. Pick something that you're passionate about, something that you're curious about, something that you just know is going to help you in the long run with something that you may need. Like, maybe you want to learn how to assemble things. I want to learn how to be better about assembling things, because I think it's fun. I think putting things together, like building a desk or like small things, why not learn how to do it, right? Why not learn how to change a tire? All of those things, right? It's useful information, and it helps you be a better version of yourself. It helps you grow and it helps you elevate. And when you see yourself learning new information, it is a confidence booster, because you're honestly like, you're better off because of it. There's that old version of you that didn't know X, Y, and Z, but then after you take that course or you watch that YouTube video or you watch that even 2-minute tutorial, you're literally better than you were a couple seconds ago, because now you learned something new. So definitely invest in, your mind, definitely invest in your knowledge, invest in just learning and growing as a person. And And that's really all that I have. I mean, there's so many different things that you can do to reinvent yourself, but I really wanted to start with a simple list here because I feel like sometimes, or at least from what I've seen online, reinventing yourself sounds like this crazy big, lengthy, long-term process when it's really something you can start doing literally right now by just identifying what matters to you and assessing, okay, what am I already doing that is, coincides with this, and where can I find support? Finding that support group, right, via a Facebook group or whatever online, and then really just investing in yourself, investing in your knowledge. What else did I say? And then giving yourself permission to try new things. Everything I have literally in this list is something that you can start doing today. I mean, it's something you can start doing in this moment so that you start, feeling better, right? So that you start feeling good about yourself, so that you start feeling like, wow, I really am the person who I know that I am deep down, a person that values X, Y, and Z. Wow, I really see that I'm showing up for myself in all of these ways. Like, this is so amazing. I'm so proud of myself. It feels so good to be this way. It feels so good to be who I am. And so, yeah, that's all that I have for you guys in this video. I definitely want to do more videos about reinventing yourself. There's definitely a lot more steps and things that you can do to kind of continue growing and leveling up in life. And something that I also really want to say too real quick is the whole idea of reinventing yourself doesn't necessarily have to be that you're becoming someone new. It's about uncovering who you really are, because when you have these values and you want to be a certain way that matches like those values, it's not about changing who you are. You already are that. You're just uncovering that beneath you. So yeah, I definitely want to do more videos like this. This is a topic I'm super passionate about and care about. So let me know if you find anything valuable in this video. Let me know your comments below. Let me know what you're doing right now to currently reinvent yourself. What's working for you, just some tips that you want to share with others, because you never know who's watching this video. You may have a tip that really resonates with someone else and vice versa. So that's all I have for you guys. I will see you in the next one. Bye.